It's showtime.
Welcome back, guys, to Coder, and we are back with some more highlights, and we are finished with Dantooine, and we are starting Dantooine. Tatooine, whatever you want to call it. So, just gonna talk to my ship members first, and then we'll get on with the planet itself.
Strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now. If a world isn't strong enough to defend itself, it's basically forfeit. But this story is about something a little different. We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shell. I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew, but that was a mistake. The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on a side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other, just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it, something inactive in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that. Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
So guys, this is a reference to the Vong in Coder. Can you believe it?
Heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the
Candrace literally references a ship from the Vong army, which the invasion would happen thousands of years later, during Luke Skywalker's time when he's much older. But he fucking references the Vong. How crazy is that?
Here's a strength boost. There anything else you need?
Also, I can just grab a ton of stimulants from him. I can get grenades from Zalbar. Also, computer spikes, which T3M4 has.
Here's a stamina boost. There anything else you need? Here's a speed. There anything else? Here's a stamina boost. There anything else you need? Here's a stamina boost. There anything else you need? Here's a speed. There anything else you need? Hey, don't worry. I think you've got enough there as it is. You don't want to overload yourself on stims.
So this is definitely one of my favorite stories by Candrace. Like, I had to look this up just for myself. Like, is this the Vong? Is this really the Vong? And yes, it's confirmed. It's the Vong, man.
10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of. For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail. Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was. I turned my forces and their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. They were shredded by the rings or crashed into rocks. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. Another time, maybe I'll tell you about how the war with the. Is there something else you want? Your choice.
I think I mentioned this, but there is a downloadable content out there for a planet, which is Yavin 4, that is only for the Xbox console, but it was never really out on the marketplace at all, only on that time. But then it was just canceled because it was completely pointless. It really is. Like, you talk to a few people and then that's it. Complete a very small quest, and it means it has no bearing whatsoever. So Yavin 4 is pretty pointless. If you want to look at what happens in Yavin 4, just YouTube it.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted toward...
So Juhani is quick to anger, so whatever you do, don't try to piss her off so much. And then she'll just stop talking to you, but because sometimes every now and then she'll have some interesting things to say.
It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me. I can only hope that...
Zalbar has nothing to say until after you complete the Kashyyyk levels. Once that's done, then you'll find out more about him, and then you can talk to him some more. So this is the galaxy map where we can visit so many different planets. I'm going to talk to these guys first.
Yes, what's on your mind? Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being... No? Well, you certainly aren't helping matters any either. And it's really starting to irritate. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about... I'm rather curious to know... I'd be more than happy to, but she's as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. I'm hoping you'll be the one to enlighten me. And why is that? You were a great help on Terrace, but why would they... A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of
comes into play later on.
Maps. Why? That's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but... And what does that mean? Is this more of that destiny garbage that the Jedi keep... Well, I'll tell you this much, I'm not gonna wait around until I'm betrayed. Nothing, not yet. I just better hope I don't get a reason to. Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, just forget I said anything. Let's...
How can I help? I do? How did you know?
Well, your face is all scrunched up like a Kinrath pup. It's so cute. See anything you like?
I'm a Jedi. I am far too disciplined to betray my emotions with outward physical displays. We both know the real reason you have some idea. Our connection allows us glimpses into each other's mind. A Padawan must receive considerable training. The fact that you are so strong in the Force and have had such relatively little training could have terrible I don't think there's much you can do. If things were different, thankfully you've exhibited we must all resist the That's good to hear. Without the proper training, however, I'm afraid you will find the path our destinies are intertwined. Everything one of us does will have consequences for the other. Any reckless behavior on your part is likely to affect me. I believe you truly mean what you say, for now, but sometimes it is not so easy to... Your power could be a gift or a curse. When you need guidance, I only hope I have the wisdom to help you through the dark time.
So I talked to these guys, and now we can look at the planet. So we are finished with Dantooine. We are going to go to Tatooine. There's also 2 other planets after this one. Kashyyyk, which we will go to afterwards. There's also Manan and Korriban. So I meant 3 planets, I should say. Korriban, which is the Sith world, we can actually go to. But after Tatooine, we're going to go to Kashyyyk. Because I already finished that playthrough and I have it all finished up pretty much. But we're going to go to Kashyyyk after that, so that should be interesting. But for now, we're going to go to Tatooine, we're going to go to the desert world, and see how it goes from there.
Lord Malik, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malik. He served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malik.
Okay, so Calo Nord is still alive, and we will have to deal with him after we actually finish that level. In practically, it's in completion. So it's same with like Darth Bandon as well. After Calo Nord, once you finish a certain point of the level, you will have to face that person, Calo Nord or Darth Bandon or Sith members at some point.
Her companions are nothing to me, Calo. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malik, forgive me. There is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Karath.
I promise you will be very interested in what Calo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malik.
So it's interesting seeing the cave have like the Rakatan artifacts, having the statues and stuff, so you see a glimpse of what the Rakatans actually look like with the fell down statues and stuff, so that's actually pretty cool.
The Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Dantooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map The star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use... No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star...
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential cut. First, your ship is not on our list of... The immediate benefit, once you've paid, we...
So every time they ask for a docking fee, I'm gonna do this every single time.
You know, I don't think you need
I'm gonna
to
force
pay the
persuade.
fee.
I don't need to pay the fee. 100 credits I'll save every single time. Even though the Jedi will not be happy about it, I'm saving money, man.
This
I gotta
will
use
cover
that
any
skill.
future landing. Now, as a custom... It depends on what level of risk you want to... While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license. I suppose you could also take up... I can't say I... As you wish.
Oh, there's this weird alien once again. So let's see what he has. So look at this, Usanis's brand, which is, it looks like a double-bladed sword. It's upgradable, 4 to 18 plus 2. It's 8,000 credits. Usanis was the most famous warrior of Achani warriors fighting against oppression and villainy until encountering Darth Revan. Discovering that Revan had killed an Achani senator, Usanis attempted to tell authorities but fell to the powers of the Sith Lord, despite his own impressive abilities and the Cortosis weave inherent in all Achani vibroblades. And then Joma Hogra's carbine, I think we saw his blaster, or I think his armor in Dantooine by one of the armor smiths at some point. And then Mandalorian heavy repeater, which I already have an upgradable version for Candace himself. Karakin gauntlets. There should be something else. No. Gizka poison, yes, I'm definitely going to take that because that'll come into play later on. And Bantha fodder, that will come into play later on as well. So both of these two things, really important things, I got to get right away. So the Gizka poison will be used because this guy gives me a shipment of this crap, and you'll discover what it is once we finish this actual level.
Please, will you help me? Oh, thank you. I don't have anywhere else. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. I don't need a handout. I just can't sell it to Faza. I still can't believe he... His name was Ward. He was new to hunting, but he was a good fighter. After a few trips, he didn't come back. Guards say his sand... Nobody saw anything, and most of the other... I don't trust any of them. But those Gamorreans, they just laugh when they see me. It doesn't matter. There's no justice. I've got to think about my family. Will you help after?
I will definitely buy this to help support this lady, for sure. Or I can just take it from her. That will be dark side points. I'll pay that at an extra 200. Good luck. That's extra generous. It's a waste of credits, but at the same time, you will get light side credits. I mean, you will get light side points, and you'll be extra generous. You know.
700 credits. Oh.
What was that all about? Are you going soft on me?
This is how we Jedi should always act. With honor.
For whatever it means, may the Force...
Okay, so I get light side points, experience 250, credits lost 700. Even though credits are really important, you know, it definitely comes into play to helping other people as well, giving a little bit extra.
Get lost, Tenderfoot. Hoping to goad me into... You'll have to ask around. Comad Fortuna is a much more the local Jawas are a good source of... My name is Doric. If that's what you want... Easy now, I'm not looking for... This really isn't... Every ship that...
So I made a bit of a mistake and threatened the guy, which I didn't mean to. I just wanted to get out of the conversation. So I just had to reload that save. Or didn't, actually, at that point. And didn't reload that save, so I just went up along with that. Yes, but will you pay me for me not to kill? I don't know why there's like these threatening replies to like all these like people right now. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like why are they like getting such bad treatment by you?
What can I do for you? Oh, of course. Well, my name is Tanner. Too long. Hell, I married her. No, serious. It's not like I have much now. She doesn't understand me. You know the drill. There isn't any. Of course, it's better than go. Fine. Good hunt.
And I actually didn't explore this before, but I wonder what the interaction between the lady is if you didn't buy that item first. So if you killed them and you tell her that, oh, I killed these guys, I wonder what the interaction was, or at the time, because I think it would be a little bit different. It would be interesting to see, but I actually never explored that because I, bought the things before that.
Can I help you? These are the offices of this. If this is about employment, I'm afraid. As I said, we are no longer selling. Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sand crawlers, and it's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the... We use them to ensure that only people judged fit by Zerga Corporation. We don't allow casual exploration because of legal... It's just so we can keep track. The Sand People are becoming up. It's as if their chieftain is just... If you agree to do this, which would you rather have dumped on your office floor?
So you have to do this. You have to get the hunting license in order to leave. So you will have to do this. You won't get dark side points. It won't be like a bad... Like, it'll make you get dark side points or anything like that. But you'll have to do that. And you can find a way to get the Getafe sticks, one in particular, without even having to kill the chieftain.
The hind end of space. A pit of a world, but we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth. It was very easy. Allow children their innocence while I was not so innocent. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them, and but thanks to you, I have come.
Greetings again from the... As I said, we are no... The Sand People are becoming... It's as if their chieftain... If you agree to do this, I'll give you... Excellent. Now, here's your license. You might try following one of... Very good.
La boda ni winkies mactoma. Wana kun best jingpa ma rulira. Kuya mi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun ba ma rulira rachit. La boda ni winkies mactoma. Wana kun best jingpa ma rulira. Tok jing kuya mi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun. Jawana bota ayuata honga cha kanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topada kuya mi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun ba ma rulira rachikun. La boda ni winkies mactoma.
So this droid that he's talking about will become a team member of ours. I won't spoil who it is. I mean, it's obvious who it is at this point. But he's a very different team member than you would expect. Okay, so we have our encounter with the Sith, and then it will be Calo Nord also later on. So for now, we'll have to deal with the Sith. They're actually pretty easy to deal with. They're not too tough. So they do have a few things and a data pad, which will definitely be used for sure. It's important that I bring Bastila to this tavern in particular, or cantina,
I wanted to speak to you about our mission.
because someone from our past will pop up.
The Force is driving us. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak, the confrontation. It's true.
Well, look at that. She admits that she killed Darth Revan.
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully. As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every... I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of...
Greeting. Hello to you.
And here is HK-47, man. So we will have to purchase him in order to translate the Tusken Raiders, what they have to say.
It is not desirable for me to reveal core functions while still in the possession of you. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator.
He is by far the most interesting and funniest team member, by far, I would say. And he has some of the best memes, you know, meatbag, I mean, come on. Meatbag, meatbag, meatbag. That's the biggest one.
With it in place, access to much of my memory core is restricted. Not to mention that the fool Ithorian might... Statement. Indeed, it is possible that the Ithorian placed the restraining bolt on me to prevent my return. It is also possible that the removal of the bolt will not restore memory function. Do not interpret this...
Oh, man.
Assurance. I am fully... As well, it is rare that I am able to... Explanation. It is doubtless the Ithorian considers my stubbornness an embellishment. Explanation. Not to mention that the fool...
So I'll have to do some convincing for this Ithorian in order to get down to a reasonable price for HK-47.
Statement. I wish only to be qualification. Oh, of course.
I'll have to do many persuasions at some point, and as well as you go down the dark side for this.
Basilisks were always much more reliable than the stuff you see in the Republic or Sith Empire. $5,000 credits is steep. It's really a lot, so I'll have to convince him. That is still too much. Still can't pay that. Perhaps I can convince you. Come now. You can lower the price. I deserve it. Yeah, now she's mad. Okay.
Respect, not use the force on a whim.
3,000. It's still a little too steep for me. Drop the price or I'll see you dead. And he will do that. He will drop the price. I will get dark side points for this, but it's worth it to get the lower price and spend the credits on other things as well. Okay, 2,500 credits. Okay, let's do that. And he's like, don't come back again. But it's still a lot of money, man. Even though I got dark side points, you can see I'm still in light, so I'm still good. Getting down the light side is not too bad at all. It's pretty easy.
Statement. My restraining bolt.
So if I do more light good deeds, it'll be easier for me to go down the light side. Every now and then I'll have to do dark side things just to get reduction in costs and stuff like that, so that's why I did that. Okay, so I will change to HK-47, put some stuff on him. Definitely not blaster rifle, that's like the weakest rifle, completely pointless. So I will definitely do blasters, because they seem to be pretty effective. 3 to 6 plus 2, not bad. Flamethrower, shield disruptor. Nothing else over here. Okay, let's talk to this Jawa, because he has a quest he wants us to do.
Statement. It is doubtful he can be clearer. Their language is difficult even for droids. He is using it...
People of the Sand or the Tusken Raiders, pretty much. So free the captives from the Tuskens, and then I will get a reward from them. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
No one leaves anchor. Well, let's see it. All right, I'll just scan. You'll need it.
Okay, so now we can go outside here, and it's a little bit barren out here. I'll just say that.
Hello there. You're heading out into the desert? You're a hunter, right? You must be if you've been allowed. When you see
So
Janice,
she's the crazy lady who is married to the bounty hunter we just talked to earlier.
Oh, I'll be long gone soon enough. If he lives, he can try. Oh, I'm through planning. I just left him a little mess that he has to take, but he's not. I'm sure you do.
Okay, so you can clearly see him in the distance with his droids, and he's trapped. So I have to go out and try to save him. Now the interaction will actually change a little bit if you bring Bastila. The guy will notice that if you have Bastila, he'll be like, "Come on, sweet cheeks, you know you want to help me," and she's like, "Okay." She's like, "Okay, never mind. Let's just leave him. His wife is right. He deserves to die." Somewhat, you know, I'm just paraphrasing at this point. But that's kind of her interaction if she was there with me, but I have Juhani.
Like organic meat bags, except for the master, of course.
I'd really just access each droid. Oh, and ignore the message Marlena.
Okay, so we have to disable these droids in order to save this guy. I always remember just getting myself blown up and killing the guy at the process, but I do want some experience and stuff, so definitely save him. 6 repair parts. I've got plenty of repair parts, so I'll just use that. Okay, for the last one, I was feeling a little bit cheeky and wanted to try doing it myself, just to see if I could get some more experience, and the droid just blew up. If you get 2 or I think 3 droids destroyed in the process, it will actually kill him. So he's a little bit injured, but it's fine.
Those uptight hunters would. I'm heading back to the shop. I hope she left the man.
Okay, so at random points, the sand people will ambush me. I just wanted to show just a quick cutscene with the fights, and you can see the Tuskens are a little bit different, mainly in their faces, their helmets actually, and their features when compared to the originals, from the original trilogy, I should say. So you can actually loot their bodies and get these sand people clothing.
Please help! I can't get out! 3, 2, 1.
So you can actually convince them to leave them alone by paying them, or you can even threaten them at some point. If you have a good persuasion skill, you want to let us go, you got what you came for. But it failed because I didn't have a strong enough persuade skill. I only have the level 1 force persuade, but I don't have the level 2, which is the max force persuade. But I can still kill these guys, no problem. I love that improved critical strike. I mean, it's so good. I can't wait to get the flurry as well. That's going to be a really nice combo. Flurry as well as improved power strike. Oh man, that's just so beautiful.
Who are you? It doesn't matter.
So these are the miners, and they're being attacked by the Sand People, and we gotta protect them.
You would be right. Came out of nowhere. Wait, damn it. Here they come again. How did it do that?
And the Sandcrawler is literally like in the middle of this whole map. So it really stands out to the Tusken Raiders. It's like an easy target for them. So I try to set up some mines, and yeah, the mines don't work at all. Like, they just don't even run into them at all. So I kind of screwed up on that. And there is another wave. So this should be the final wave. I need to cure myself though. Force heal. Come on. She has stasis, which is actually a nice ability. Makes it for an easy target. And that is the final wave. And only one miner died, which is fine.
Your wish?
Yes.
Thanks for your help. I don't think we'll try holding this position. Did the company send you? Well, you've got a lot of work ahead of you. Do you know about their enclave in the south? They've taken all the Zerka weapons that were supposed to protect their sandcrawlers. You'll have to find some way to sneak in. Just at the attack, the company tried to arm us. We're not soldiers. They still kill us and then take our weapons off our corpses. They even had the Jawas disable the turrets. It's like a fortress now. They use whatever they scavenge. They seem to hate our technology, but they love it. It's not like you need to be a genius to operate them. I don't have time. Just that they attack the company. We're not so. It's like a fort. Yeah, so do we. Ah, the Jawas.
Alright, so to enter through these guys, you can actually attack them, but if one of you actually just wears the outfit, you can actually get through. But up until you get to the lair, they'll recognize you and they'll immediately want you to take off the outfit.
Interjection. One moment. I believe I understood that, Master. It may not have been his intention, but he did actually communicate. Translation. Result. I believe I have succeeded in confusing him, Master. We have shown an interest, not common. Translation. Translation. He is expressing disbelief. As am I. Extrapolation. It would seem that we are at least worthy of curiosity for the moment. I would much rather this get bloody, Master. Translation. I can translate with some guarantee of accuracy that he is demanding to know why he should let us survive. Extrapolation. I understand that you... Hypothesis. Perhaps you're a bit... Or perhaps the Sand People can... Translation. Translation. He claims he has no reason to believe you, Master. Your kind have tainted this land with machines and uncaring, ignorant feet. Translation. He requires proof of good faith. We must make a contribution to his people that...
There is one great story that is a great reflection on Tusken Raiders. That's a really good story on Tusken Raiders is Outlander, which I did do a review on Emissaries of Malastare, I think I'm going to say. It's a really great story, so I definitely recommend reading that. It actually has a Tusken Jedi, which is really cool.
Translation. 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 He says that protocol. Translation.
If we attack him, we'll get destroyed. Because I don't have my armor and stuff, so I'll be easy pickings to them. So I will get these Vaporators from here. I'll have to convince the guy to lower the price a little bit. But once this is done, I'm just going to stop the video and then we're going to continue from there. So I always like to persuade to get a little bit of a lower reduction on prices, as you can tell with the HK-47 as well. I like to skip on it, okay? I need to save up on my money, man, okay? Alright, so I'm going to stop it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.